Okay, we're at Grip again, and we're joined by Jacoub Bondre. And Jacob, thanks so much for joining us with AdBuzz. And,
no worries.
It's always great to be here. This agency has lots of high energy. I love this agency. So, last time we were here, you were ready to launch the Maynards Campaign.
Yep.
How's that going?
Well, we launched Maynard's Most Wanted about a week and a bit ago, I think last Tuesday. And it's already been an overwhelming success. We've already hit all the metrics that the client wanted to hit over the span of the entire campaign, and there's still 2.5 months to go. It's gotten a ton of buzz on Twitter, picked up in the media. One of the largest media buys, outdoor media buys that I've seen, and it's a tremendous integrated campaign that combines mobile advertising, traditional out-of-home and TSAs with social media and a Facebook application and campaign. And it's awesome.
It is
it's
awesome.
Just crazy awesome.
Yeah. So obviously I've posted the tour, and I'm getting emails all the time from people. How do I get into Grip? Such a cool agency. It's got such great energy. I love the culture.
Briefcase full of cash.
Briefcase full of cash. Yeah.
Gifts never hurt.
Yeah. So talk to us about that. What are the steps? I mean, obviously you guys need to be looking for someone, but...
Well, we're always looking for people.
Okay.
I mean, I know a lot of places will say they're always looking for people, but we're literally always looking for people.
Right.
I'm constantly poring over portfolios, art directors, copywriters, developers, producers, and anyone that truly is really good or we think has a ton of potential. We always share those portfolios and bring them in. Mm-hmm. So that's the first thing, is we're always looking. And we're not just saying that. The steps for getting in, if you're new, if you're young to the industry, is we always have openings for internships, both paid and unpaid internships, depending on someone's skill level, and from there we always enjoy growing our staff. Yeah. So our interns don't fetch us coffee. Or at least we don't ask them to fetch us coffee. Sometimes if they're really keen, they'll fetch us coffee.
Yeah, and then we're guilty about it afterward.
Yeah, they're like, I can't believe that intern got me coffee.
Yeah.
I feel so bad. They work on work. They work on real work. They support the staff. They have the opportunity to join into brainstorming sessions and actually come up with campaign ideas. Yeah. And we do our best to guide them and grow them into unbelievably awesome advertising superheroes.
Yeah.
So.
And you can tell. So the last time we were here, we briefly discussed the difference. I mean, you come from New York, or worked in New York. Can you walk us through the difference between the Canadian ad industry and the U.S. ad industry again? Maybe throw a couple of those analogies in, maybe?
Oh, I'm going to remember the analogies.
I think the last time you were talking about the Cialis.
Oh, right. Well, that's a huge one. So there's a bunch of different things. Number one, you cannot fathom the U.S. market until you're there. It's such a massive market. Regional brands often have much larger businesses than Canadian national brands do, which means there's a lot of money. And a lot of competition, and just like any other kind of competition between anything, whether it's businesses or people or countries, it's an escalation of arms, and in this case advertising arms. So budgets tend to be a lot bigger, timelines tend to be a lot shorter, number of hours you're expected to work is significantly greater, and it's not necessarily a good thing. The reason I came back to Canada, the biggest reason I came back to Canada, is I really believe that Canadian advertising and the Canadian advertising industry is inherently smarter. We have smaller budgets and other constraints on us that require us to be more creative,
right.
Which is why in the American advertising industry, whenever a Canadian that's been in the Canadian advertising industry goes down to the States, they tend to be very successful. Right. And they tend to be in high demand because of the constraints on the Canadian advertising world.
Makes sense.
A perfect example of this is healthcare advertising. Mm-hmm. So the last time you guys were here, I talked about the Viagra and Cialis commercials. Mm-hmm. If you look at healthcare or pharma advertising in the States, it's 10 seconds of how awesome the product is, or a person talking about how good their life is, and then 45 seconds of side effects and how you can get a hold of it, and talking to your doctor, and your heart's going to explode, and all sorts of other things. The sped up legal, right?
I love that stuff.
In Canada, you can't say anything about the product. You can give the product's brand, but you can't say what it does. You can't tell people how to get it.
Name and price, that's it.
It's name and price. And so you tend to get really, really awesome creative. If you look at a Viagra commercial from the States, like I said, it's I had trouble getting erection, and then 45 seconds of legalese. In Canada, you get brilliant things like the Nani Tiki Poo Poo Viagra type commercials, or the more recent ones with them saying, oh, I have this problem with antiquing. Me and my wife have started going antiquing, and now we're on the verge of becoming dealers, and then I was prescribed Viagra, and my antiquing seems to have cleared up. Or the tremendous Cialis commercials that I'm absolutely in love with, which is just simply women playing the ukulele, talking about their favorite time of day to play.
Yeah.
Which creatively, it lets you know.
Ukulele Association likes it too.
But it's creatively, it communicates exactly what you need to communicate. No one sees those commercials and doesn't understand what the drug is about and who it's for. And it's done in such a playful way. I think it's just far superior to anything you'd see in the States.
Yeah, it definitely is very cool. So just quickly, one last question. Give us one word to describe Grip's culture. If it can be done in one word. I know it's difficult.
It's really hard to do in one word. I'll try doing a compound word. Creative, fun, fantastilicious.
That's a good word.
It's a tremendously fun, creative, collaborative place.
Yeah.
And fun.
With a lot of armpit hair.
Fun, creativity, and collaboration all play equal parts into your average day at Grip.
Mm-hmm.
We always have fun. We always work hard. We're very creative. Stop shaking your head. As John searched for parts for his Alfa Romero.
He's on break, of course.
John's on break.
Yeah.
And we collaborate. We work together. All departments. Client services, production, developers, creatives, traditional and non-traditional, all come together when there's a brief. We all discuss it. We all brainstorm. We all come up with ideas.
Right.
So
that's very cool. So thanks, Jacob, once again for having us in. It's always a pleasure to come in and talk to you guys and see what's going on in the agency. And
thank John, too.
Hi,
Creative
John.
Partner, John Finkelstein, everybody.
Hello.
The famous duo. Okay, thanks, guys.
No problem. You got the Gribowski t-shirt.
Yeah.
And then on the back, that big orange slide really tied the room together.
This is what the inside looked like.
And then, yeah,
Sorry.
of course
We like the Big Lebowski.
And why wouldn't you? Great.
John, how many times have you seen this movie?
Big Lebowski? Oh, countless times.
Countless, man. It's a classic.
Smokey, this is not Nam, this is bowling. There are rules.